It's the end of the week, and that means we have some PlayStation 4 game trailers to go over. Coming off the heels of E3, you can't be expecting anything major. However, there are still a couple of trailers and gameplay videos to sink our teeth into. Without further ado, let's get right into this. Skull and Bones new developer gameplay. Skull and Bones is a brand new IP by Ubisoft, and it's very reminiscent of the naval-based gameplay in, say, Assassin's Creed 4. However, it's that with a lot more depth. The game itself is all about naval combat, and it's a tactical action game set in an open world. You take control of a customizable pirate captain, and it seems like customizability is a big aspect of this game. New IPs by Ubisoft tend to be hit or miss. A lot of the times when Ubisoft releases a brand new IP, it doesn't launch with stellar reception, but then throughout time it gets better and better. We saw that happen with The Division, we saw that happen with For Honor. Let's just hope with Skull and Bones they just get it right from the get-go, as it is a game that I personally am very excited for. Have a look at the Skull and Bones new developer gameplay.
So last year you guys showed off 5v5 PvP. What are you showing off this year?
Well, this year we're showing the Hunting Grounds.
What exactly is this new mode? What is Hunting Grounds?
Well, it's not just a mode, it's really the essence of what our game is. And the Hunting Grounds are a shared world where you can kind of sail by yourself, you can group up with your friends, you can take on other pirates and ravage the trade routes in a shared space. And the idea is for players to be able to understand the environment, prepare for their hunt, get information about the world, and then go tackle it and take it on.
You'll see enemies that can be players or they can be just enemies in the game. What happens when you encounter another player?
The moment of truth happens when you see a player. You use your tools, like I said, you use the map, the spyglass, your crow's nest to assess the situation, and then you can spyglass that ship and decide if you want to group with that player or you want to maybe avoid that player or sneak up on him. So you can disguise your ship, say as a Portuguese merchant, sneak up on your enemy, and then take him on without him ever knowing that you were a pirate in disguise.
So say I want to turn on my allies, say I want to...
You're one of those guys, right?
Oh, absolutely,
awful.
absolutely. What am I going to get out of that? What am I going to take from them?
Well, the resources in the world are what every pirate and every faction is competing against. If you look at the way our world is set up, the resources of the Indian Ocean are what everyone's there to compete for. So if I'm a pirate and I'm hunting on a particular trade route, I'm tackling the English or the Portuguese VOC, whatever that faction is that's got all of the riches, and you want them, you're going to have to take me down to be able to get the things that I've got in my cargo hold. The more that I'm hunting on that trade route, the more of a threat or competitor I am for you. So you have a choice to make. Do you want to group with me and we take on the challenges and go for bigger and tougher challenges, or do you want to take me out and take it all for yourself? That's the question you have to answer.
The ships too are customizable, and you can level up certain aspects of them. How are the ships going to be differentiated from player to player?
Obviously, we have a very unique identifying weapon or ability for each one of the ships, but the gameplay customization comes into that. You have not just the weapons that you can customize outside of your key signature weapon, but crewmates themselves. That's kind of where the meta lies, right? You're able to collect and recruit new crew members that give you modifiers and gameplay changers. And then, of course, personalization is key, right? You want to be able to express yourself on the high seas. You saw that in the gameplay video, being able to put your custom sails, custom figureheads, custom wheels, and really put your personal touch. You can design your own logos, really create an identity for yourself on the high seas.
Well, Justin, lastly, where and when can people play Skull and Bones?
Well, we're launching in 2019 on Xbox One, Xbox X, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 4 Pro, and Windows PC. But you can register right now for our live phases at skullandbonesgame.com. Get involved now. We want the community to be really part of that shaping process to make the best pirate game that's ever been made.
Justin, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Can't wait to check out more Skull and Bones.
Great.
Next up, Strange Brigade co-op gameplay trailer. Strange Brigade is a game that's going very under the radar, and it's a third-person shooter with a huge emphasis on cooperative gameplay. In the game itself, you play as an adventurer in the 1930s and can team up with 3 other players to fight against different mythological enemies like mummies, giant scorpions, and minotaurs. The game's 4 playable characters can all be customized, have different weapons and abilities. I doubt Strange Brigade is going to be one of the best games of the year, but it could be a game that's worth checking out during a sale or something like that. Have a look at the Strange Brigade co-op gameplay trailer.
Africa, continent of wonders. Our intrepid heroes must seek out the fabled ancient ruins. Guns at the ready, Strange Brigade. By Jove, bigger guns! What a time to be alive! This calls for brain power, not just firepower, Strange Brigade. Oh yes, this should certainly pack a paranormal punch. Behold my fury! By the pharaohs!
Oh, magic rock, good to go. Right smack! By the power of Ra!
Join us next time for yet more terrifically terrifying tales.
The Persistence new gameplay trailer. The Persistence is a first-person stealth horror experience exclusively for the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation VR. We've seen horror games on VR before, and some of them have turned out really well. Resident Evil 7 can be played all the way through with VR, and that was a really cool experience. The Persistence is set on board a deep space scientific vessel called the Persistence in the year 2521. The ship arrives at the site of a collapsing star 17,000 light years from Earth. While conducting a major experiment, a horrific incident occurs, mutating many of the crew. You are one of the crew that is awakened from cryogenic sleep, and it is up to you to stay alive long enough to save the Persistence. Hopefully this is a seller for PlayStation VR, as it does have the potential to be so. Check out the Persistence gameplay trailer. Killing Floor 2 Summer Sideshow Treacherous Skies Update. Killing Floor 2 has been one of those games that has been really supported through updates. Tripwire has done a fantastic job of keeping the game engaging at all times, and by the way, right now you can play the game absolutely free for the weekend on the PlayStation 4, so if you've yet to check out Killing Floor 2, hop on it, get a couple of friends to download it, because that's how you're gonna have the most fun with it, and you're gonna have a great time with it. For those of you that have been playing Killing Floor 2 for a while, well, this update is gonna add even more content, new maps, weapons, etc. Check out the Killing Floor 2 Summer Sideshow Treacherous Skies Update.
Welcome aboard the HMS Queen Victoria, ladies and gents. Ringleader Lockhart speaking to you from, well, someplace very safe, yes. You helped me escape that fray at my beloved Steamland, but now I need your help once again. I've got to get to my island in the channel. Now, listen up. I don't know how, but these blasted circus freaks followed us on board. I think it's time to put on a show. Yes, of daring deeds and horrendous bloodshed. Oh, poor me. My mechanical children have turned against me. Blasted traitors. Careful, lads. They're tough. Even removing the head won't put these rebellious robots down. But take heart, lads and lasses. I have invented some new toys. The Doomstick. 4 barrels are better than 2. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of gauntlets. And the M99 Sniper Rifle. And finally, there's a last-minute addition to the crew.
Watch this woman go!
Seems Mrs. Foster negotiated her way on board and is set on giving
You
Zed
won't like me angry.
the business. And remember, we'll see you on the airship.
And finally, Genesis Alpha 1 Survival Trailer. Genesis Alpha 1 is set in a near future ravaged by wars, corrupt regimes, and devastating populations. Influential corporations have created the Genesis program in a last-ditch attempt to save humanity. As the captain of a Genesis starship, you journey into uncharted space on the ultimate mission: build and manage a space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, clone creatures, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe. Have a look at the Genesis Alpha 1 Survival Trailer.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find a new home for the crew on board of this ship. Expand your ship and explore the galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms. Feel free to experiment with DNA and alien abilities to maximize crew efficiency. Ready your weapons.
So that wraps up the top 5 new PlayStation 4 trailers this week. What do you think? Which of these trailers entice you the most? Sound off with your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.